Today we will be talking about the solar ingress in Capricorn, what it has up its sleeves. It sometimes becomes important to find out which particular month in the life of the nation is likely to become historic in terms of achievements and disaster. The solar ingress of Capricorn acquires an important dimension since the ingress of Sun is important in the cardinal signs Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Moreover, ingress of Sun in Capricorn is in Uttarayana and considered most auspicious in the Hindu Vedic astrology to start any venture, starting a business, anything, because from Sun in Capricorn to Sun in Cancer is considered to be most auspicious. Special attention is paid to the position of Sun, and malefic and benefic effects on the Sun are important. The matters pertaining to the house where the Sun is placed would figure out prominently during the year. The Lagna has also to be seen as it depicts the country as a whole, and the general conditions of the country and other houses are also seen in a similar way. The chart of both the Lagna and the Sun ingress in Capricorn are afflicted. In the charts, both Lagna and the Sun are afflicted in the ingress chart. Moreover, the Lagna of the ingress is the same as the India Foundation chart and also parallel to the Pisces new moon chart of the April 2021-22. And all these three charts are of Taurus ascendant. And Venus is afflicted and ill-placed in all the three charts. In all the three charts, Venus is afflicted, the Lagna Lord. And Rahu, Ketu are in the 1-7 axis and at 7 degrees, around 7 degrees. And in the ingress of Sun in Capricorn, Rahu, Ketu are also very close to the MEP, most effective point of the Lagna, and also over the natal. Rahu is over the natal Rahu, Ketu is over the natal Ketu. And then another one very interesting parameter is that Mars in the Pisces new moon chart, Mars was at 28 degrees in Taurus, forming a Angarak Yoga with Rahu at the time of Pisces new moon chart. Now, in the solar ingress of Capricorn, Mars is with Ketu and Mars is at 28 degrees. And Mars is the activator. So Mars will activate the Mars and Rahu, the Angarak Yoga in the Lagna, because the Pisces new moon chart is till the 1st April. So till 1st of April, it is venomous for the Mars to be in the most risk area. It is the high risk area since it is in the Jesta star since the 28th of December. So, and Mars will activate the Mars in the Lagna along with Rahu as per the Pisces new moon chart. So this ingress is not good, but in the ingress chart we have exalted moon and Rahu, and in the 7th house we have Ketu and Mars, and Sun is with Saturn and Mercury in the 9th house. Jupiter is in the 10th house, and Venus, the Lagna Lord, is fallen and retrograde in the 8th house. So friends, it is not good. Venus is afflicted in all the three charts. If you look at the India Foundation chart, it is combusted. It is combusted in the 3rd house. In the Pisces new moon chart, it is placed in the 12th house. In the solar ingress of Capricorn, it is placed in the 8th house. It is in retrogression and in fallen state. It is in Papkatri Yoga. It is in the 8th from Lagna, in the 8th from Moon. So it is not good. The general condition of the country, because Venus is also the sixth lord and it is going in the eighth house, the house of chronicity. It is not good. And then the sun is afflicted by Saturn in the ninth house. The signification of the ninth house will be more predominant and ill effect on the celebrities, on the judges, on the law and other things. Although there will be infrastructure development, but there will also be negative effects, because seventh house is afflicted. Seventh house is house of wars. So let me read out. So we have seen that all these three charts are pointing out that Mars is in high risk zone, and in the Jyesta star is also in Gandanta. And whenever Mars passes through Gandanta, it gives some negative results. It is just like pressing the bell. So the solar ingress in Capricorn is taking place on the 14th January 2022 at 14:29 hours. And although the Lagna is Vargottam, but the Lagna Lord is fallen. First of all, no astrologer has pointed out this. People are giving the predictions, but they don't even know that it is fallen. It is in Papkatri Yoga, it is in retrogression. Retrogression is good, but it is in Papkatri Yoga and it is in fallen state. It has gone in Capricorn and come back in the 8th house, is not good. So the day is also Friday, and Sun is ill placed from 9th house, 9th lord. It is ill placed from the 8th house, 8th lord. It is not good for the head of the country, because Sun depicts the head of the country. It is ill placed. It is placed in the 9th house. The 8th lord is in the 10th house, and the 8th house, Sun is ill placed from 8th house. It shows the longevity. The longevity is affected. That means the name, fame, there is some problem as far as the head of the country is concerned, as far as the army chief is concerned, as far as the high, maybe the head of the states, so is concerned. So Lagna is rising the same as the foundation chart of India, and Rahu exactly over the natal Rahu. Rahu exactly over the natal Rahu degree wise, with third lord Moon in exaltation, points out that the signification of the third house is border clashes, tensions with neighbors are on the card. Although Moon is in exalted, it may bestow good results as far as the border tensions are concerned. Even if there is some tension, it will end up in a positive way. Border clashes, tensions with neighbors is on the cards. Although Moon is in exalted, may bestow good results, but Lagna Lord in his afflicted condition spoil the shine of the outcome. As per Bhuvishwafal Bhaskar, Moon in Rohini star, there will be a downtrend in the prices of the commodities. The Lagna Lord Venus in the 8th house retrograde and fallen, and also in Papkatri Yoga, is a malefic parameter. The Lagna Lord and the day Lord placed in the 8th house from Moon and Lagna also are afflicted condition as explained above. As per the Kota Chakkar, the Kot Swami is Venus and Kot Pal is Rahu, are both are in malefic zones. It is not good as per the Kota Chakkar. The day Lord Venus afflicted and placed in the 8th house is ill placed from the 9th house, 9th Lord. It is ill placed from Sun and Moon. This parameter is not good for the overall growth of the country in totality. There may be infrastructure development and emphasis may be on the energy shift for betterment, for untoward, but untoward happenings are not ruled out. The transit will give mixed results. Sun is placed in the 9th house, hence the signification of the 9th house will be seen. It is with Mercury and Saturn, placement of Saturn with Sun is not good. Also, Sun is ill placed from the 8th house and 8th lord, Jupiter, and also ill placed from Venus, the day lord, and offers hindrances in the development overall. As per the natural zodiac, Sun will be in the 10th house and our karmas will matter the most since the karka for our soul. The affliction to Sun by Saturn is not good and there may be lot of changes in the laws and the signification of the 9th house. Sun is with Mercury. The 2nd and the 5th lord will adversely influence the houses as well in the beginning, but later part of the year will be good. The stock market, entertainment industry, cinema, hotels, restaurants, traveling, educational institutions will be adversely influenced till the April 2022. In a nutshell, the government may bring stringent laws. Sun is placed in the Yama of Aquarius, where the 8th lord and the 11th lord is placed. So there may be some changes in the constitutions. Hence, even if some laws have to be changed, there may be to bring them some change in the constitutions. Hence, scams may also be revealed before the Jupiter goes in the sign Pisces on the 14th April 2022, after which the government is liable to take strict actions against these scams. And the virus spread is not ruled out as per the planetary positions, since Venus is the 6th lord and afflicted in all the 3 charts. It is afflicted and pointing out malefic conditions for the virus. First house. Now I've given a study on the various houses. Improvement in the condition of women and children. Rahu in the house disturbs the peace of the country. There could be warlike conditions, destruction through epidemics and earthquakes may trouble. It can also lead to war with neighboring countries, communal tensions and espionage from foreign elements, crime and murder. People will have no faith in religion. Rahu in the Lagna gives national influences and unorthodox religious tendencies. There can be mass tragedy like the Bhopal gas tragedy, disease of skin, boils and eruptions. It also shows the military force, especially till the April 2022. So, because Rahu in the natal chart, in the foundation chart, in the Pisces new moon chart, and also in this ingress, Rahu is not good. And although moon is exalted, it spoils, moon also. 7th house, afflicted, Mars and Ketu. Wars relation with foreign country goes for a toss. Marriages and divorces take place in the house of dictator, shows tremendous fire, zeal and aggressive intent. Grave dangers to international affairs. Direction from where the enemy will come is shown by Mars, and it is in the sign Scorpio. It can be west and it can also be northeast. Ketu in the 7th house is wars and spice. 8th house, death of females and celebrities, artists, musicians and actors. I've already given a prediction for this, that celebrities of high status could suffer, and especially the females could suffer. 9th house significations. There could be scams also in the Bollywood, 9th house signification, Supreme Court, Judiciary, Litigation, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Treaties and Agreements, Foreign Trade, Long Distance, Tourism, Shipping, Religion, Religious Fundamentalism, Afflicted. Sun goes gives trouble in trade and business, suffers. Film, film and film stars and judges may suffer. Mercury in Papkatri Yoga in the ninth house, disputes over legal matters, forgery and discrimination in the press. 10th house, Jupiter placed in the 10th house, good for government and national honor. Now, from the above, border clashes, terrorism, and rail and air accidents, explosions, earthquakes, lockdowns, Bollywood suffering, tour and travel industry suffering, stock and financial markets taking a hit, scams till April 2022 are not ruled out. The placement of the fiery planets Ketu and Mars in the 7th house aspects the 3rd house. Crystal clear indicates that the border clashes, rail and air accidents, tourism, explosions, terrorism, explosions, espionage from foreign elements, earthquakes, tsunami at the coastal areas, surge in the virus and diseases related to water and diseases related to water, natural and unnatural calamities not ruled out. Mars is in the high risk zone in the Jesta star and also nearing the Gandanta is most malefic component in this ingress chart. Mars is the activator, and when Mars activates the Venus on the 16th January 2022, there will be adverse result pertaining to Venus significations and as the 6th Lord. Mind you, friends, after 16th, the virus can take an ugly shape. It may not, it will create more panic than actual danger. Keep this in mind, and there will be more mutations. I've already predicted that, and it is coming out true. Flights for travel, entertainment industry may also adversely be influenced with celebrities in the Bollywood suffering till 3rd March 2022. Navamsha chart. Navamsha is Vargottam, but Venus fallen, although in own sign, is placed in the 6th house. Hence, placement of Venus signifies the events related to the 6th and the 8th house, and its significations may suffer. Virus and diseases from D6 and D8 charts indicates surge in the virus, especially till April 2022 with dimension. Venus placement as the day lord, 6th lord of the ingress chart and also the 6th lord of the foundation chart is in affliction in the D6 in the house of chronicity in the 8th house, and in the D8 chart with Rahu Ketu is most venomous in the ingress to give lingering and chronic diseases. The Lagna Lord and the 8th Lord Mars is debilitated in the D8 chart, which shows difficulty in handling the virus, is extremely weak and aspects the Venus Rahu Ketu in the 10th house of obstacles and death. Hence, the Gulika is placed in the 9th house where the Sun, Saturn and Mercury are there. Hence, virus spread is not ruled out as per the predictions made by me as per the Venus ingress for 112 days in Capricorn and Sagittarius, and for 59 days from the 30th December to 30th January. And then most critical till 3rd March. In a nutshell, the virus may only ease after Venus goes in exaltation around the April 2022, and when Ketu leaves the sign Scorpio on the 17th March 2022. Saturn leaving the sign Capricorn where Gulika is placed is also important, and when it leaves this sign on the 29th April, we can expect some slow ease from the virus. My predictions for the virus remain the same as predicted, specifically for Omicron and COVID, as per the article on my web page till the 8th February 2023, and finally getting a big ease from the virus after April 2023. My article, then you can read my detailed article as far as the Venus is concerned. I have written a detailed article where it is overstaying. So that is all, friends. I just wanted to share that this chart is opening and parallel to the Pisces new moon chart. There also Saturn was aspecting Sun. Here Sun is with Saturn. It is not good. So friends, we can clearly say that the ingress of Sun in Capricorn, although it is very pious, will give mixed results, and we have to be cautious as far as the disease and virus are concerned, as far as the stock and financial markets are concerned, as far as the general condition of the country is concerned, and especially, the relations with China and Pakistan could go for a toss. So this is all, friends. I just wanted to share, and thank you for listening to me. Have a good day. Bye bye.